Hello, my name is George Che, the president of Philip Jaisohn Memorial Foundation, also known as Jaisohn Center. Our organization is named after great leader and true Korean American, Dr. Philip Jaisohn. Our first generation calls him Phil. I also want to thank this opportunity to Ambassador Won-Sam Chang, Consul General of New York, and also Judy Yu, President of the Federation of Korean American Association for Northeastern, to be able to participate in this gathering. We're standing at the exact house Dr. Philip Jaisohn lived from 1925 to 1951, and his daughter lived here until early 1980. Because of the grant from Korean government, we were able to make a major upgrade so that this house is more appealing to younger generation and also general public in this region. For me, as a 1.5 generation, the story of Dr. Philip Jaisohn is unique in that it's not just about the story in Korea, but it's also about the story in the United States of America. He was a true pioneer. He made obviously enormous contribution to Korea. He was involved with the Kapsin coup reform movement when he was just 20 years old. Then later, when he came back, he published the first Korean language newspaper, 독립신문, The Independent. And also he built the Independence Gate. But to me, his contribution in the United States is just as significant. He was the first Korean to receive US citizenship in 1890. In 1892, he was the first Korean to receive US educated medical degree. Then later, after the March 1st independence movement in Korea, Dr. Philip Jaisohn organized the first Korean Congress in Philadelphia, along with Dr. Seungman Rhee and Henry Chung, who gathered about 150 Koreans all over the world to be united in Philadelphia and declare a sixth resolution for the cause of Korea independence. After the conference, they marched from Little Theater to Independence Hall for whole world to see the cause and desire of a Korean people. Now we're standing in the section of the house where we had an opportunity to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the first Korean Congress, where all generation of 3,000 Korean American got together and celebrated our Korean American history. As a part of this celebration, we also had an opportunity to educate our young generation about the advocacy effort that Dr. Jaisohn did 100 years ago. Not only the first Korean Congress, but he also published the Korea Review to educate American publics. Then he had a partnership with Reverend Floyd Tompkins, the rector of Church of Holy Trinity in Rittenhouse Square, Philadelphia, where they together formed 23 chapters of the League of Friends of Korea with 25,000 members. Think about that. 25,000 members in 100 years ago. That's a significant example of advocacy effort that we should follow and learn from. That's why, to me, the story of Dr. Philip Jaisohn's work is unique and relevant for me and our future generation Korean Americans. The Philip Jaisohn Memorial Foundation was founded in 1975 by 8 doctors in Philadelphia to serve the low-income Korean American immigrants who did not have access to good healthcare services. Jaisohn Center today operates 2 offices, one in Philadelphia and one in Montgomery County, to serve the Asian Americans and also African American immediate neighbor to the Philadelphia office. Jaisohn Center is a mainly healthcare organizations. We have 2 medical centers, home healthcare skill services, and home care and mental health counseling services. In addition, we have health insurance and social service. There are mainly navigation services for non-English speaking Korean Americans. Today, we serve about 11,000 to 12,000 visits per year. In addition to these business operations, we also provide for the Asian American community for advocacy and leadership development. We have platform for professional networking and college student scholarship and internship programs. We also operate the Jaisohn Youth Academy, whose mission is to cultivate future leaders by learning their heritage and leadership skills, and also practicing volunteerism. By having a program like this where we network with the current leaders and learn about what they're doing, and I think it gives them an opportunity for young leaders to learn about where they need to go, and also how they could network with each other so that Korean American community can be united, then have a strong voice, and as a part of an advocacy effort that we talked about. From the program like this, I would like a young Korean American to learn about the great leaders that we had in people like Dr. Jaisohn, and also people you have seen today. You can be a difference, not only as an individual, but as a Korean American being united, that we can make a change for the countries that we live in, as Dr. Jaisohn have done 100 years ago. He had so much impacts, and we can make the same impact. So thank you, and good luck.